heading out there in just a few moments, but before we do, there are a couple of reminders to go over. Hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the truck at all times. That means there's those standing up, so as you can see, standing out of the truck, jumping out of the truck, jumping on each other. Those are some of the largest animals here in the forest. They grow to be around 3,000 pounds each. Unfortunately, these bongos are also called the ghosts of the forest. That's because they're very rare sights to see in the wild. The horns on their head point backwards. It lets these animals move through the bushes without getting caught up on branches or leaves. The more grayish-brown animals, just on the other side of this bamboo here, those are greater kudu. They have those massive ears on their heads that can turn to face any direction the animal needs. Helps them to pinpoint where sounds come from. In the water, and they're also hanging out around a couple of these pink-backed pelican. Absolutely right. Now, these are one of only 9 species of pelican left in the world. Pelicans are one of the oldest birds, actually dating back around 11 million years. These pink-backed pelican, they have a sort of pinkish color in between their wings during mating season. This gets a little bit brighter and easier to see them, though. It's always on their backs, just kind of a little bit more blocked out by those feathers. Take it pull nice and slowly as we cross, just to be safe. As we do cross this bridge, out on the left-hand side, those are Nile crocodile down below. Nile crocodile are among the largest members of the crocodilian species. They'll grow around. That's a spotted hyena up there. There's another one laying down just to the left and in front of the den. Now, hyenas aren't exactly the scavengers they've been made out to be by movies. Instead, they're some of the most successful hunters anywhere in the world. They hunt together in packs. Those packs are called matriarchal societies. It's a very fancy name. Basically, it means these animals are led by the females of the group. Animals out here have a pretty good lookout spot for some of the smaller ones to jump on top of. Also to get a better perspective on their surroundings. Be about 5 feet long each. And you. Comes from the vocalization, the sound they're known for making. Said to be a sort of bleating sound, sort of more animals. Way back there on the left-hand side, you see those gray and tan antelope. They're really big ones. The male actually has a little bit of a flower crown on his head. That's how they're able to attract the mate. Those are Patterson's eland, the largest antelope you can find out here. They stand 6 feet tall, their shoulders, and weigh about a ton. You'll also find, though, these Maasai giraffe. Now, giraffe are the tallest land mammals on Earth, growing up to 20 feet tall when fully grown. They get a pretty big kickstart on that number right from birth, though. A baby giraffe starts out the largest land mammal on Earth. They have those massive trunks on their face. They're called prehensile trunks. That word means finger-like. That finger-like nature lets them move all over, picking grass up off the ground or leaves out of the trees, holding up to 5 gallons of water at a time inside and spraying it into their mouths to drink or onto their backs to take a shower. That's also thanks to the 40,000 muscles just in their trunks alone. To the flamingo species, and the lightest in that pink color they're known for. That color comes from their diet, which is mostly made of brine shrimp. It's very rich in beta-carotene, and it's that beta-carotene that dyes their feathers for them. Now, cheetah are the fastest land mammals on Earth. They can go from a standstill to running 60 miles an hour in less than 3 seconds. They can't hold that speed forever. They are sprinters, nocturnal animals. That means they're most active at night. They'll be found sleeping for up to 20 hours in their day. That's because during the day their eyesight's the same as a human's, but at nighttime it gets to be 6 times better. You actually see it looks like the female lioness are laying at the front of the rock formation. We should get a pretty great view of them out there. Now, did anybody back there watch the live-action Lion King movie that came out a couple years ago? Yeah, if you did, that male lion might have looked familiar. That's because that's the exact lion they used to create both Simba and Mufasa in that movie.
Oh, really?
You can, though, look at any lion and call him Simba. You would always be right. That's because Simba is the Afrikaans word for lion. Now these females, they're going to be the hunters of the group. They're the ones who actually go off and catch all the food, while the males stay back and watch over the protectors. That's why they have those huge manes of hair around their head. It makes them look a little bit larger and more intimidating. There's that metal yellow structure over there. Now that is a beehive. One of the most amazing things we learned about the animals out here by studying them right on this very reserve is that elephants are afraid of bees. And we think it might have something to do with the fact that either they have really sensitive hearing, so they don't like that buzzing sound, or because they have sensitive skin, they don't like the feeling of getting stung. Now either way, we learned about a situation that was happening around here. The farmers that had all of their land were having elephants oftentimes trampling over and destroying all of their crops. It wasn't good for the farmers, destroying their only source of income, but it wasn't good for the elephants either. The farmers became very defensive of their land. Let's just say, long story short, it didn't have a very happy ending for the animals. We decided to help out the situation, though, by building fences made of beehives around the farmers' property. It was a great way of being able to protect both the farmers' crops as well as the elephants' lives. Now, on that note, we're heading out of the reserve, and that means our safari is coming to an end. I don't know about everyone back there, but I think we've had an amazing amount of luck spotting so many different animals. Really, it's just been so much fun. These past 2 weeks have flown by more like about 18 minutes and 25 seconds or so. It is incredible what happens when you're having fun. If we have any wilderness explorers on board,